Hey, what is up heroes and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Unboxing. Today we have an early first look at the brand new Blazing Dominion set. As always, thank you Konami for allowing me to open this and reveal it to everyone early. We have 2 booster boxes to open, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, so our first pack to start the set off, we have Archfiend Matriarch, Mimighoul Flower. Oh, that is a name. Geppetro the Shade Machine Power Patron. Archmage Impasto Recapture. Whoa, we have Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Rocket. Looks insane. Summon Shock. Fairy Tale Ball. Officiating Reverie. And Checker for the last card. Alright, next pack we have Fiend Peace Golem. Clown Crew Diabolo. Trito Aircraft. Archfiend Matriarch. Evolved Danine for the Super Rare. With Envoy of the Sacred Tomb. Officiating Reverie. Rostin Mammoth, and the last one's Fairy Tale Ball. Alright, next pack we have Predaplan Longinfelia. We have Dark Seraphim Irisville. Diabrocken the Ominous Spectre. Fairy Tale Wicket. Our super rare is an aircraft Attila Spear. Clown Crew Operatics. Gaming Gamer GG, love it. Solving for Pendulum. And the last one is 50/50. Alright, next pack we have a Clown Crew Meteor, Clown Crew Fiends, Spiritual Art Familiars, that looks sick, that art, Predaplan Baltier, our super rare is Starving Venom Winged Dragon, Tales of the Fairy Tales, 50/50, Rostin Mammoth, and Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Alright, next pack we have Clown Crew Sorry Operations, Fiend Peace Golem, Fleeting Phantom Mask Master, Convex Knight, love the look of that. We have a Clown Crew BN Cavasso for the super rare, Envoy of the Sacred Tome, Summon Shock, Fairy Tale Ball, and then VIP Whale. Oh, that's kind of cool. Alright, next pack we have Mimighoul Flower, Convex Knight, King's Resonance, that looks so sweet with Red Dragon Archfiend. Trito in Aircraft. Our super rare is Power Patron Plane Vidolia. We have a Junk Signal. Oh, the artwork for that goes so hard. Dude, that looks so sick. Possessed Destiny. GMX Suppression Squad. And the last one is Solving for Pendulum. Alright, next pack we have Clown Crew New Face. The Shade Machine Power Patron. Archfiend Matriarch. Clown Crew Sorry Operations. We have the Vidolia Super Rare again, Archfiend Usurpation, Gaming Gamer GG, Once Upon a Fairy Tale, and Hekahan's Bait. Alright, next up we have Dark Seraphim Irisville, Mimighoul Flower, Spiritual Art Familiars, Hekahan's Dandalos, Breach Boral Dragon for the Super Rare, VIP Whale, Checker, Hekahan's Bait, and the last one is Crimson Cool. Alright, next up we have Fiend Peace Golem, Clown Crew Diablo, Dark Seraphim Irisville, Wake Cup Kuro, with, Solemn Accusation. Ooh, new Solemn card. That was great. Tales of the Fairy Tales, Gaming Gamer GG, and we had the Diabolic Dragon Fortress. The last one is Possessed Destiny. Alright, next up we have Recapture. We have Predaplan Little Lizard. We have Diabrocken the Ominous Spectre. Assault Sonic Warrior, that looks so sick. We have Miracle Ejector for the super rare. GMX Suppression Squad. Clown Crew Operatics. Officiating Reverie, and then Checker for the last one. Alright, next pack we have Assault Sonic Warrior. The Shade Machine Power Patron, Clown Crew Meteor, Red Nova Dragon Assault Mode, looks so sweet, Miracle Ejector, Envoy of the Sacred Tome, Officiating Reverie, Doomsday Command, and Northern Crossfire. Alright, next pack we have Clown Crew Fiends, King's Resonance, Hekahan's Dandalos, Clown Crew New Face, we have Genea of the Ring, super rare, Crimson Cool, Northern Crossfire, an Aircraft Reset, and Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Alright, next up we have a Predaplant Baltea, Diabrocken the Ominous Spectre, Wake Up Kuro, Recapture, with, oh nice, Charmer Quartet in Bloom. Oh, that's awesome. It's great with the Charmer decks that just came out. I got Junk Signal, I love the artwork of that so much. Summon Shock, Subspace Battle, VIP Whale is the last one. Alright, next pack we have Clown Crew Diablo, Assault Sonic Warrior, Dark Seraphim Irisville, Clown Crew New Face, Evolved Deneen, super rare. Got Hero Flash, oh nice. Got hero cards in here. Clown Crew Operatics, Subspace Battle, and Summon Shock. Alright, next pack we have the Fleeting Phantom Mask Master, Archfiend Matriarch, Recapture, Convex Knight. We have Clown Crew Flare, super rare. Envoy of the Sacred Tome, Archfiend Usurpation, Doomsday Command, 50/50 is the last one. Alright, next pack we have the Shade Machine Power Patron, King's Resonance, Predaplan Longinfelia, the Ominous Spectre, Officiator of Doom Samuel, Possessed Destiny, VIP Whale, Checker, and Solvent for Pendulum. Alright, next up we have Clown Crew Fiends, Predaplant Baltea, Heca Hands Dandalos, Fleeting Phantom Mask Master. We have Clown Crew Malabarismi in super rare, Envoy of the Sacred Tome, Tales of the Fairy Tales, Subspace Battle, Heca Hands Bait. Alright, next pack we have Trito and Aircraft, Fairy Tale Wicket, Red Nova Dragon Assault Mode, Predaplant Longinfelia, Heavy Armored Knight Babbledecker for super rare, Officiating Reveri, the Diabolic Dragon Fortress, Hero Flash, Junk Signal is the last one. Alright, next up we have Clown Crew Sorry Operations. I like a lot of the Clown Crew stuff so far. It's been common or super. Fairy Tale Wicket, the Shade Machine Power Patron, Archfiend Matriarch. Ooh! We have Hydralis Harmonia. That looks awesome. Alright, got Gaming Gamer GG, 50/50, Crimson Call, and the last one is the Archfiend Usurpation. Alright, getting close to the end of the first box, we have Clown Crew Meteor, Dark Seraphim Irisville, Clown Crew Sorry Operations, Clown Crew Fiends, we have Breach Bowl Dragon, Gaming Gamer GG, Northern Crossfire, Neocraft Reset, and the GMX Suppression Squad for the last one. Alright, next up we have Fleeting Phantom Mask Master, Wake Up Kuro, Predaplant Baltea, Clown Crew New Face, Genea of the Ring, Solvent for Pendulum, Fairy Tale Bull, Diabolic Dragon Fortress, Heca Hands Bait. Alright, next pack we have Predaplant Little Lizard, Convex Knight, Heca Hands Dandalos, Mimigal Flower, GMX Comprex, Ultra Rare. Dude, that looks sweet, man. Love the colours in the background, looks nice. Tales of the Fairy Tales, Hero Flash, Once Upon a Fairy Tale, and the last one is Heca Hands Bait. Alright, second to last pack, we have a Clown Crew Diabolo, Fleeting Phantom Mask Master, Trito and Aircraft, Fairy Tale Wicket, Heca Hands Mankibil, the super rare, Doomsday Command, Archfiend Usurpation, GMX Suppression Squad, and Tales of the Fairy Tales. Alright, final pack of the first box. We have King's Resonance, Spiritual Art Familiars, Predaplant Longinfelia. Oh, okay. We have the Ominous Spectre. Then we have a Cool Tune Rotari, an Ultra Rare, Hero Flash, VIP Whale, the Diabolic Dragon Fortress, and Subspace Battle. Alright, not a bad first box. A lot of really cool cards in there. I'm actually excited for a lot of the stuff, like the new Fairy Tale stuff. Obviously, all of Jack's cards look sick. Got the Clown Crew stuff. But now we've got the second box to open, so let's jump right into it. Alright, first pack of the second box. We have Predaplant Longinfelia, Mimigal Flower, Convex Knight, Fairy Tale Wicket, and then we have Breach Bowl Dragon for the super rare, Tales of the Fairy Tales, VIP Whale, Checker, and Officiating Reveri. Alright, next up we have the Fleeting Phantom Mask Master, Clown Crew Meteor, Wake Up Kuro, Predaplant Baltair, Breachboard Dragon again, Archfiend Usurpation, Checker, Once Upon a Fairy Tale, and Crimson Call. Alright, next pack we have King's Resonance, Fiend Piece Golem, Predaplant Longophilia, Clown Crew Diabolo, GMX Lab number 5, new super, an Aircraft Reset, Officiating Reveri, Once Upon a Fairy Tale, and Junk Signal. Alright, next up we have Recapture, Assault Sonic Warrior, Fiend Piece Golem, Tritone Aircraft, Prohibited Power Patron Portal Terminus, still getting new super rares, Tales of the Fairy Tales, Summon Shock, Subspace Battle, and the last one is Roston Mammoth. Alright, next pack we have Archfiend Matriarch, Dark Seraphim Irisville, Diabrocken the Ominous Spectre, Clown Crew Sorry Operations. Ooh, we've got Fairy Tale Matchgiru, Ultra, that's adorable. VIP Whale, Envoy of the Sacred Tome, Junk Signal, Officiating Reveri. Alright, next pack, Red Nova Dragon Assault Mode, King's Resonance, Spiritual Art Familiars, Diabrocken the Ominous Spectre, Night Train Blue Traveller, still getting new supers, this is awesome. Tales of the Fairy Tales, Clown Crew Matinee Operatics, Officiating Reveri, and the Diabolic Dragon Fortress. Alright, next up we have Wake Up Kuro, Predaplant Baltair, Convex Knight, Predaplant Little Lizard, we have Clown Crew BN Cavasso. I want to get like one more of this, get the playset, because I think this dude looks so sick. Not the biggest fan of clowns, I'll be honest, but that guy looks cool. I got Checker, Crimson Call, Summon Shock, and Northern Crossfire. Alright, next up we have Fiend Piece Golem, Convex Knight, Clown Crew New Face, Clown Crew Meteor, Clown Crew Rehearsal, and all the Clown Crews today, Doomsday Command, GMX Suppression Squad, Northern Crossfire, and Hero Flash. Alright, next up we have Archfiend Matriarch, Clown Crew Sorry Operations, Clown Crew Fiends, Fiend Piece Golem, Power Patron Plain Vidolia, VIP Whale, Clown Crew Operatics, and Subspace Battle. Heck of Hands Bait, last one. Alright, next up we have King's Resonance, Tritone Aircraft, Fleet and Phantom Mask Master, Dark Seraphim Irisville, Cool Tune B2B, super rare new one, the Diabolic Dragon Fortress, Junk Signal, Gaming Gamer GG, and a Aircraft Reset. Alright, next up we have Mimical Flower, the Shade Machine Power Patron, Spiritual Art Familiars, Heck of Hands Dandalos, Red Hypernova Dragon, whoa, looking so sick, GMX Suppression Squad, Fairy Tale Bull, the Diabolic Dragon Fortress, and Tales of the Fairy Tales. Alright, next up we have the Clown Crew Diabolo, Tritone Aircraft, Dark Seraphim Irisville, Wake Up Kuro, Super Rare Officiator of Doom Samuel, Summon Shock, Envoy of the Sacred Tome, GMX Suppression Squad, and Archfiend Usurpation. Alright, next pack we have Recapture, Predaplant Little Lizard, Assault Sonic Warrior, Clown Crew Fiends, Flame Tongue the Burning Blade. Oh, that dude looks cool. Alright, Hero Flash, VIP Whale, Gaming Gamer GG, and the last one is the Diabolic Dragon Fortress. Alright, next up we have Spiritual Art Familiars, Archfiend Matriarch, Mimighoul Flower, we have Heck of Hands Dandalos, Heavy Armored Knight Babbledecker, Doomsday Command, 50/50, Envoy of the Sacred Tome, and Subspace Battle. Alright, next up we have the Shade Machine Power Patron, Recapture, Predaplant Little Lizard, Clown Crew Meteor. Ooh, that looks sweet. Princess Draconea the Thirsting Tree. Sweet. Heck of Hands Bait, 50/50, Crimson Call, and Tales of the Fairy Tales. Alright, next pack we have Clown Crew Fiends, Clown Crew Diabolo, Spiritual Art Familiars, Predaplant Baltair. We have GMX 55th Experiment Report, the ultra rare, Hero Flash, Heck of Hands Bait, Doomsday Command, and GMX Suppression Squad. Alright, next up we have Heck of Hands Dandalos, Clown Crew New Face, Diabrocken the Ominous Spectre, Wake Up Kuro, We have the Power Patron of Portal Terminus, super rare. Subspace Battle, Archfiend Usurpation, Clown Crew Operatics, and Hero Flash. Alright, next pack, Assault Sonic Warrior, the Shade Machine Power Patron, Red Nova Dragon Assault Mode, Clown Crew Diabolo. Ooh, GMX Partner, wow, this text is so shiny. Celandia. Love the art, that looks so cool. Nice. Once Upon a Fairy Tale Bull, the Diabolic Dragon Fortress, and Archfiend Usurpation. Alright, next pack, Heka Hands Dandalos, King's Resonance, Mimighoul Flower, Clown Crew Diabolo, Janir of the Ring, Junk Signal, Once Upon a Fairy Tale, Solving for Pendulum, Archfiend Usurpation, and that's the last one. We are very close to the end of the second box. Dark Seraphim Irisphil, Clown Crew New Face, Archfiend Matriarch, Recapture. We've got Fairy Tail still getting a new super res. The art for that looks really cool. And the shine on the background, that looks really nice for a super. Rusted Mammoth, Northern Crossfire, Possessed Destiny, and a Neocraft Reset. Alright, next up we have Clown Crew Fiends, Predaplant Baltea, Fleet and Phantom Mask Master, Clown Crew Soiree Operations, Clown Crew Rehearsal for super rare, GMX Suppression Squad, Solving for Pendulum, Crimson Call, and Rusted Mammoth. Alright, next pack, Predaplant Baltea, Fleet and Phantom Mask Master, Triturtle Neocraft, we have Recapture, Dominus Spark, super rare, nice, Subspace Battle, Heka Hands Bait, Neocraft Reset, and Solving for Pendulum. Alright, next up, Fairy Tail Wicket, the Shade Machine Power Patron, Clown Crew Meteor, King's Resonance, Doomsy, is that 13 over? Is that 13? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 13. Dude looks so cool. Rusted Mammoth, Possessed Destiny, 50/50, and Northern Crossfire. Alright, final pack. We have the Shade Machine Power Patron, Archfiend Matriarch, Diabrocken, the Ominous Spectre, Convex Knight, with Anti-GMX Final Experiment, that looks cool. New super rare as well, still pulling new supers. Hero Flash, Neocraft Reset, Possessed Destiny, and the last card is Northern Crossfire. Well, there we have it, an early look at the Blazing Dominion. I think we pulled pretty great. I love a lot of the cards in this set. The Clown Crew stuff, even though I'm kind of scared of clowns, the card art look really cool. Pulled some great secrets. The GMX dinosaur stuff seems really interesting, so excited to try a lot of this stuff out. But thank you guys for watching it. Let me know what you guys think of the set. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day. Peace.